Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Student Worldwide. It's your boy, Neole Fakane, coming from the beautiful Northwest Fortune campus. Thanks for being here, thanks for watching our show, and thanks for the massive love and support. I have an interesting one to talk about today. And here it is. What if you could live a life where you made zero mistakes? Sounds like magic, right? Sounds like an impossibility. Well, what if I'm here to tell you it wasn't a possibility? You know, I was just talking to a friend of mine right now that negativity is a default mechanism of the human brain, right? It's actually crazy. You and I are programmed to be negative, right? Just think about all the moments in your life where you made mistakes and you really are jaded because of that mistake. You really think that you judge yourself in light of making that mistake, you know what I mean? And it kind of robs you of joy in your life because, I mean, think about it. Your mistakes are not you. Your mistakes are just singular events that just occurred, right? It's separate from who you are. And you making mistakes shows that you're actually trying stuff. But in my life, where I've made mistakes is where I've made a mistake, but then refused to learn from it because I have this whole ego persona thing, right? I think the first step is realizing that you may be having the wrong data. For instance, you may be operating from a wrong standpoint with a wrong paradigm, and it's a lot easier to change. I mean, if you watch our previous video, we talked about how to change, right, when things are hard, and it started with identifying what needs to be changed, right, and identifying the need for change. It's all about not being deluded and having delusion, and most of us suffer from delusion. See, we do not really see ourselves as we really are, and it's crazy because then who are we if we don't see ourselves as who we really are, right? And how can you rectify mistakes? So I know you're saying, now you're getting too deep on me, don't tell me problems, give me solutions. Okay, here's the solution. I find really just realizing that, okay, yeah, you made some mistakes, yeah, you fucked up in the past, but that doesn't have to judge or predict the future. What you can do right now is if you can try and move from a standpoint of knowledge, right? There's an old saying, a Chinese proverb that says, make war with a multitude of counselors. And I mean, the Bible has a similar saying where it says something about the wise man welcomes correction and the fool actually hates it. So as a starting point, you gotta make war with a multitude of counselors, right? You have to be trying stuff, submitting feedback to other smart people, and then trying stuff on that feedback. And I think that's where we get lost. We fall in love with our own ideas of how the world is. Because you and I always think that our perspective is the right perspective, right? And it's usually not the case. There's your perspective, there's my perspective, but then there's the right perspective. So don't let your mistakes jade you in life. You know what I mean? I find too many people jaded. Entrepreneurs starting an idea, it doesn't work out, and then they don't want to try something new because they jaded. You know, a guy and a girl in a relationship, coming out of that relationship, they don't want to go on to the next thing that's really great because why? They're jaded. If you watching this right now, it cannot be you, okay? Because you and I are on this journey, are part of this movement, and we want to make sure that we rise above the status quo, okay? Because if you're watching this, it means you're not interested in just average ideas. So here's the key. Realize that your mistakes, although you might be making them, is actually a good thing because you're trying something. You're just moving. Maybe that's just the way of life telling you that, hey man, use a different approach. Try something different, okay? And most of the time, we are just stubborn enough not to actually just realize the feedback and be like, hey, we are actually not doing the right movement to get the right outcome. So let's just change like Einstein said, right? Insanity is doing the same thing over again and expecting different results. So can we stop being insane, please? Okay, and just look back and see what we're doing and try to change that and actually try to move from that. And I think if you do that, you'll find that you'll make less mistakes because life is really unforgiving to a lot of mistakes. So you and I can make a lot of mistakes because, I mean, we are finite beings at the end of the day, and mistakes can be catastrophic. That means death of dreams, hopes, and everything. So make no mistakes.